Well, we have another task today. Today we're going to design and build a forward camera mounting bracket for the Wind Dancer, the RB7. You might ask yourself, well, why are you wanting to build one when you could go to Amazon Aircraft Supply or a litany of other places and just buy one? And here's the reason why. I tried the suction cup and I'm not comfortable with things that can potentially come loose and bounce around the cockpit while I'm piloting the aircraft. I actually had it happen 2 times and I decided I need something that's secure and I can depend on. The brackets that were retail available had long thumb screws on them, or they were oversized and took up too much space. The clamps were nice and quick and easy, but the handles stuck out. So what I wanted was to be able to mount the GoPro up in the right-hand corner of the cockpit, and then being able to have a 360-degree, maybe a ball mount, or some way to have it sit there and I could adjust the angle, and if I do an aileron roll or something like that, I'm not going to have to worry about it coming loose. So those were the reasons. So I have to design and build a forward camera mount that does that using nothing but this. So let's get to it. Okay, to start with, we're going to start with a piece of aluminum angle that's 1 1/4 inches. And we're going to make a C bracket, we're going to cut 2 of these at 1 3/4. And that's just to give me a little extra room here, as you can see, where the camera mount will rest. And a thumb screw similar to this is far too long, I'm going to make one, will screw up this way and bind to the panel there, the dash on the RV, and allow me to scoot it along the panel if I need to rotate this around, and then of course the camera mount will allow it to do this. I'll be able to position the camera any way I need to. Okay, this is the first cut. And we came in right at 1 3/4 of cutting oil on it. We're going to dress this up with a Scotch-Brite wheel. We're going to go ahead and measure and cut the second one. Okay, here you can see the bracket mocked up, held together by a Cleco clamp, 1 3/4 inches, and you can tell right away how it's smaller than anything you can get retail, and will be much less obtrusive in the cockpit. It's deep enough that it will rest over the dashboard in the RV. There'll be an 832 screw, thumb screw up through here for me to tighten it down and hold it in place. The mount will be a standard 1/4 inch that I will drill and countersink here so that this landing surface is flat and will provide stability. And this thumb screw coming through the top side will allow me to mount the GoPro hinge here for lateral control and adjustment, and then the other hinge will allow for the vertical. So going well. All right, I've got the initial rivet placement mapped out here, and the top specified. I've got dual Cleco clamps on here to hold it steady. We're going to go ahead, it's a pretty thick material, but we're going to go ahead and go with an AN 426-83 since this is a very light duty cycle component. This is a number 40 twist drill. We'll drill through here and countersink and use an AN 426-83. I believe that's a 6. Yeah, number 6 rivet. And we'll use a hand squeezer just to create a good shop head right there. I'll start with 2. I'll drill and then put in Clecos to hold it, and we'll start mapping out how we're going to manage clearance for the top piece and the mount, and where I want to drill and tap 832 for the thumb screw that's going to put pressure on the edge of the dash and hold that little guy in place. This is an oblong, kind of not a completely square shape, obviously. So, and it's lightweight, and I'm going to hold it. Make sure that I keep my hands out of the way, obviously. Here we go. All right. And we'll put a cleco in this one, hold it in place. Coming together, this will be the top right here. This is for countersinking a 1/4 inch 20 bolt that actually holds the camera. This will lock the camera mount, and then I've got a place marked here where I'm going to cut this screw and work it down with a Scotch-Brite wheel till the starter threads are nice. And that will be the mount for this. Okay, here it is worked down, and optionally this thumb screw will go on there. This is a plastic one I had from a parts kit. A regular hex nut would work, but they've got some aluminum thumb screws like this that I'm going to probably just buy. Makes it easier to handle in the cockpit because you can just use your thumb. Now, next we have to tap the bottom for the set screw. Okay, so here's the unit reassembled with the clecos. Next, this will be, I decided to go with a 1/4 inch regular standard thread, and we're going to drill and tap. And this screw, this is temporary. I'm going to find a thumb screw, something similar to this, so that it'll have a handle on the bottom. But for now, the threads and the diameter will be the same. And this can be screwed up. And I'm going to make, like I said earlier, a pallet for this. And it goes in over the dashboard. This will go up and twist against it and will hold. The camera will sit here. Now we're going to tap these threads in right here. Aluminum's pretty soft. I'm going to use this deburring tool. It does work in creating a countersink for an AN426 rivet. If you want to do it quick and in a pinch. I'm adding another piece underneath this, and I'm going to tap it as well. I wanted more threads in there to give that cinch screw something to grab onto so that it will last longer. Okay. All right, we're going to squeeze the first rivet here. Just using a hand squeezer. Make everything squared up straight. A little more adjustment there. Great. Now we're going to run a tap back through there and add some more threads. All right, last few rivets. I'm going to clean these holes out. And we've already done our countersinking. We've got our countersunk here for our set screw. It's going to go back in here for this will hold the camera. This is the top, and our set screw is right here. So let's see if we can't squeeze these rivets. Okay. Now let me put the hardware back on. All right, this is our camera screw. This is going to hold it into place. I'm going to use just some pliers for now. It's got a lock washer behind it. Okay, that's that. And for now, we were going to use this 1/4 inch. It's a Phillips. I'm going to look around and see if I can't find a nice thumb screw, but this will go up over the dashboard. There's actually a piece of trim like this and up there. And it will slide in, and this will cinch up and hold. And then this thumb operated screw goes on here. Camera will face forward. Something like that. And you can adjust its angle with this, put tension on it here with that thumb screw. And then the GoPro will sit here and this will be. Well, there you have it, a custom-made GoPro camera mount for an RV7 aircraft. I'm pretty happy with it. It's going to be adjustable in all the axes I need it. And this set screw will help it hold still and not come loose. And I'm going to go back down to the hangar in a day or two, and we'll mount it on there and give it a try. So I thank you for hanging out with me today. I'm Christopher Carter, and you've been watching Tennessee Aero. Thanks for joining me today. And don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm Christopher Lynn Carter, and you've been watching Tennessee Aero.